The American economy is in an odd place. Universities are seeing declines in enrollment because of demographic changes and skepticism about the value of college degrees. At the same time, many industries are struggling to find talent to replenish an aging workforce. The pathway to becoming a doctor or lawyer is pretty simple. You either go to medical school or law school. But in a lot of industries, the talent pipeline isn't as straightforward. According to Joseph Fuller, a professor at Harvard Business School, this is a result of how high school education developed in the United States.
While there was a very real impetus around employment, it was not predicated on a very close pathway type system where learners were training for a specific job in demand locally.
But according to a report by Professor Fuller and a team of researchers at Harvard University's Project on Workforce, there's an ancient but underutilized tool that could help industries and governments bridge the gap between schools and careers: apprenticeship. In the United States, apprenticeships tend to be associated with the building trades, things like construction, electrical work, and plumbing. But in Switzerland and other parts of Europe, paid apprenticeships are common in many other industries, including finance, healthcare, and transportation. Students begin their apprenticeships in high school and combine practical, on-the-job experience with classroom learning. Noel Ginsberg, who founded manufacturing firm Intertech Plastics, encountered this system when visiting Switzerland as the chair of the College Career Pathway Council at Denver Public Schools.
And when I went there originally, I assumed it was just for advanced manufacturing of the trades. What I saw, though, at scale was an education and workforce system that was universally applied in their economy, where 70% of their young people would take advantage of it. And unique to that model is it started in high school.
Recognizing the value apprenticeships could bring both to the apprentice as well as firms in need of talent, Ginsberg founded CareerWise Colorado. CareerWise places high school students in 2 to 3 year-long paid apprenticeships in a wide array of industries, including business operations, information technology, and advanced manufacturing. So do apprenticeships work? In other words, is it possible to build a more robust apprenticeship model in the United States? To answer that question, the research team analyzed internal program data about CareerWise's student participants. The team wanted to better understand outcomes. How do demographics affect retention and program completion? What career paths do students take after their apprenticeship? Do the outcomes vary across industry? Are students more or less likely to stay in the industry after their apprenticeship? Overall, the team found 64% of CareerWise students were successful in either remaining with their employer, switching to a different employer, or transitioning to college as full-time students. 22% of participants left the program early and returned to high school. The remaining 13% either didn't return to work or school, or did not submit survey data. A number of factors increased the likelihood of successful outcomes from the CareerWise program.
There is a lot of variation across industry, which means we can learn from this variation. So we see that in the IT sector, it seems like students are staying for longer periods of times, versus in other sectors like the healthcare sector where they were falling out earlier. And so then the question is, what can we learn from that?
The CareerWise data also revealed disparities in outcomes for Black and low-income students, who had lower retention rates and were less likely to complete the program than their white, higher-income counterparts. But these disparities disappeared for apprentices who were retained past the first year of the program.
It really, from an implementation perspective, it really hints at the importance of additional supports and guidance and advising towards keeping someone on track or troubleshooting during that first year, because once someone was able to make it into year 2 of the program, we really didn't see a lot of those differences across these different characteristics.
Deeper research to understand, what is it, a transportation issue? Is it these jobs aren't paying enough? Trying to dig deeper to figure out what's causing that. And then designing wraparound services so more of these students can stay with the program long term.
The authors believe additional support outside of the workplace for apprentices would likely improve outcomes for those who were unsuccessful in the program. In the Swiss system, because the apprenticeship model is so common, most students have a solid understanding of the expectations.
You can't find a 14-year-old or a 15-year-old in Switzerland who doesn't understand the apprenticeship model. Their siblings are going through it. Their parents went through it. To the average American kid, they've never heard it before. So we have to decode it.
I think especially within this country's context, there can be a negative connotation around apprenticeship, and we really saw that it was appealing to a broad diversity of students and was helping all of them really achieve whatever their post-secondary goal is.
It's a promising approach, and one that the Project on Workforce will likely continue to study. The Project on Workforce is an interdisciplinary collaborative project between Harvard Kennedy School's Malcolm Wiener Center for Social Policy, the Harvard Business School Managing the Future of Work project, and the Harvard Graduate School of Education. You can read more about their work on apprenticeships at ken.sc/apprentice. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons below to get notifications about future videos from Harvard Kennedy School.